Hi there and welcome back. Now I'm going to talk about coping skills for strong emotional reactions. Have you ever been so instantly upset that you went from 0 to 100 and it left you wondering how you got there? First of all, stop. Don't do anything unless it's an emergency. Don't react. It won't make the situation any better. It'll likely make it worse unless you're in a position where you're being forced to make an immediate decision or there's risk of injury or death. At this point, your fight, flight, and freeze responses are active. Before you attempt to address the problem, you need to do some grounding techniques. Grounding techniques work best in emotional crisis when you've already practiced them in a calm state. You're not likely to learn new things when you're in fight or flight. The moment you notice strong feelings, you need to do a body scan and connect the feelings to your body. Like, is my heart racing? Am I shaking? And then start your grounding techniques. Some of the common grounding techniques are deep breathing, where you breathe slowly and deeply in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. Chest and belly should be slowly rising and falling at a slow, even pace. I like to do about 4 seconds in through the nose and 4 seconds out through the mouth. I keep repeating that because it's important that you do it in through the nose, out through the mouth, so you don't dry out your throat. Do 2 or 3 sets of 10 repetitions, and that's 10 breaths in, 10 breaths out, back and forth. This immediately slows down the heart rate and lowers the blood pressure. Progressive muscle relaxation is a fancy schmancy word for muscle squeezes. It's to squeeze or flex each muscle group in symmetry from your eyes to your toes or your toes to your eyes. It's like giving yourself a hug or a massage. And you want to squeeze tight, but not where it causes pain or where it's gonna hurt your muscles or anything. Um, and yeah, that lowers the heart rate, it lowers the blood pressure, and all of those other fight or flight responses. Distracting with the five senses, another really common one. The five senses: touch, taste, sight, sound, smell. So some find the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique really helpful. So the minute you notice strong emotions, or your body starts to react, look around the room, identify 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. If you've got food, non-alcoholic beverages, gum, or hard candy available, sometimes you don't. Um, so hyper focus on the sounds, the tastes, the textures, all of those different senses, until your body's calmed down and you're thinking more clearly. There's a lot of apps that also might help when it comes to self-soothing. Visualization of a better day, time, or place if you're struggling to stay grounded in the present. Sometimes that helps. Like if there's, the immediate environment is very, very distressing. Sometimes daydreaming, envisioning, and just go to a happy place, whatever that looks like to you. Stress balls and fidgets, those sometimes help. Guided meditations, those are helpful too, but that's another app thing that, there's a lot of apps for that. If you're in crisis, you may or may not be able to pull out an app and start that or not. Some people are, though. So do a self check-in after you've done your grounding techniques. Ask yourself, what is really the problem? Why am I feeling this way about it? Is this a normal reaction? How would someone else likely react or respond to this? How serious is the problem? What are the implications and potential consequences, short term, long term? What are the pros and cons? Whether or not the emotional reaction is warranted, it's important that you stop yourself from acting while you're in this emotional state. Ask yourself again, what is it that once you've calmed yourself down, ask, what is it that I need to communicate? What am I hoping to accomplish when I'm able to communicate? Is my reaction appropriate in proportion to the situation? Is there another way to look at this? Am I interpreting things in the worst possible way? Is there a probable solution to the problem? Lots of questions to ask yourself. And then once you figure out what the problem is, um, then you need to think about how to proceed. That will cover that conflict resolution on another episode. So thanks for tuning in. Please hit like and subscribe and have a great day.